For the first time this season, the NRUK Cup Series goes short track racing as we visit the Bristol Motor Speedway for 75 laps of action in race number 3 of the season. Boy oh boy, this one could be an absolute classic. We love coming here to Bristol. It always creates a great racing package, and today should be no different. 75 laps, and boy, I cannot wait for this race. On pole then, his first ever pole in the NRUK for the 20 car, and Alex Fletcher. He stops on pole today. On his outside, Elias Leighton in the 3. Row number 2 is Fletcher's teammate William Seaman and Matt Johnson. And we have 2 Stuart Haas cars, Riley Spurley-Tube and Colton Yeo. Following then, Keegan Thompson and Lonergan Scott. Then we have Nathan Stapleton and Max Rossi. That rounds out your top 10, I believe. On next row, Mathis Wells and Cody Smart. Then we have Eli Bright and Justin Zidell, a good qualifying from Zidell. Behind them, Trey Barton and John Stewart, Felix Janssen and Evan Hunter. Then we have Roman Fenway and Code Red, Tim Gary and Brennan Soderland. Then we have Fitzwater and Jeff Bright. And then the rest of your lineup, you can see here a whole plethora of failures in post-qualifying inspection. 4 in total. The 1 car, Jarakowski, failed inspection. So did the 21 of William Duncan, the 47 of JJ Reed, and the 96 of Kyle Hunter. All failed post-quality inspection. They'll be starting the back. That means they're going to have to work through the wrecks and everything else that comes with Bristol. A tough day for them is in store, but what can happen? 75 laps. The pace car is down pit lane. Alex Fletcher and Elias Leighton are going to bring the field of 41 to the green. We're getting racing here at Bristol. Inside line, the place to be on lap number 1. They're already getting dicey in the pack behind them. Expect probably an early caution there. Fletcher up into the wall though. He overdrove that turn way too deep, and it's his teammate William Seaman who comes through to lead lap number 1. They do overdrive the turn there sometimes. You've got to be careful not to smack that wall coming off of there. But it's the JGR cars that lead out in front. Leighton is in third. This time Seaman's the one smacking the outside, and Fletcher almost clears himself and almost clears his teammate. 2 Bass Pro Shops cars up at the front, and now it's Leighton making his way through to the front. Spurley-Tube is in 4th, getting very racy behind them. Stapleton, Johnson and Thompson. And way out the track again this time. 20 of Alex Fletcher, and this time we got bad damage on the right hand side of the 20 car. Not ideal at all. Now Leighton will lead them into the turn this time with Spurley-Tube in 2nd. Getting very close to that high side there, both of these guys. Fletcher really pancaked that right side, done a lot of damage to his car. Same probably with William Seaman, so they overdrove that turn way too deep, and it's actually the 3 car of Elias Leighton who's leading here early on. Spurley-Tube is in 2nd, 3rd for Mac Johnson. He's now up on the high side. Seaman jumps low of Stapleton, who's had a good start. Wells behind them. All the JGR cars pretty quick up towards the front. Just waiting for Evan Hunter to get his name towards the top of the order. As they get very high into turns 3 and 4. And Riley Spurley-Tube has ran down leader Elias Leighton in here, trying to get a win for Stuart Haas Racing and his new team. Trying to pass Leighton, who's doing a nice job for Richard Childers Racing right now. But look at Mac Johnson trying to join this battle in the background. Spurley-Tube though loses a lot of momentum on the inside in turns 3 and 4. Leighton leads another lap, but not for long, because Spurley-Tube will clear the 3 this time. He'll go up towards the front. It's his teammate following him through on the inside, Mac Johnson. Alex Fletcher's there as well. Back in the inside, the pole sitter, Stapleton and William Seaman. Max Rossi has made some nice early progress in that 41, has to be said. Kept it clean for 9 laps so far, but that could all change within an instant. Probably cursed the field now, but Stuart Haas Racing teammates who are up the front battling for the lead, and a great exit from Mac Johnson that time. A really good exit from the 4, and he beats and bangs doors with his teammate. And Spurley-Tube got sent way out the racetrack, managed to get inside, and again they almost collide there. Very aggressive racing between the 2 teammates, but Mac will lead. Spurley-Tube now loses a lot of momentum, now under pressure from Alex Fletcher for P2. Out the back of the moment, Mitchell Collins not having the going day that he wants. Can't be too long before lap cars play a factor. But A nice lead at the moment for Mac. Stuart Haas got their car set up well, because here comes Max Rossi in that 41 as well. Bumps the free car way up the racetrack. Leightonen's lost a lot of positions since getting caught on that high side, but the top 5 are clear. But look at that free wide move to lead for Alex Fletcher. This is a big bold move from Alex Fletcher, but it might just pay off, and it has. What a move from the 20 car to get out towards the front and get out towards the lead. Heck of a job from Fletcher in that Owen Tools number 20. He's into the lead once again, your pole sitter. Stapleton and Rossi are making good headway on the inside though. Keegan Thompson as well. That 48 car looks good, has to be said. But your pole sitter has been the strongest car of the day so far on this early stage at lap 15. It's been Alex Fletcher leading the way so far. Bushlight Ford Mustang in second. That is Mac Johnson. We have Stapleton, Rossi. Top 5, a big battle between Spurley Tube and Thompson. Spurley caught on that high side, maybe not the place that he wants to be right now, as it can cause a lot of issues. That car's just coming off into turn 3 and 4, and Brennan Soderland not having the day he wanted so far at all. Dead last right now for the 16. Hopefully he can work his way up back towards the front. Fletcher's led a good chunk of laps, but now it's Nathan Stapleton's turn to maybe get to the inside and battle for the win. I mean, say the win, we've still got a long way to go in this race, a lot of laps to turn here at Bristol. But it's Alex Fletcher who's been leading the way so far. But Stapleton's applying pressure, he really is gunning for the lead. But a great turns 1 and 2 from Alex Fletcher. Not a good exit though, Stapleton gets low. Can he clear the 20 car? He will. Stapleton to the lead for Chip Ganassi Racing. Nathan Stapleton leads this race and leads at Bristol. Pole sitter falls back to second. Meanwhile, change for third. Max Rossi racing his teammate Mac Johnson very aggressively. Coming out of turn number 2 there. He's now up to P3. Johnson slows well at the racetrack. He's sent it in too deep. Now he's in the wall. The 10 car passes him. Everyone passes the 4 Mac Johnson. He really caught the wall that time, getting some pain off the outside wall at Bristol, and loses a host of positions like Felix Janssen having a go in day. Trey Barto as well running well, but the top 3 are clear and running very similar lap times, very similar pace. You have to say Fletcher's been the strongest car of the day because of the fact he has managed to sustain his kind of placement in the lead group. But now getting aggressive to the inside. Max Rossi still looking for a first NRUK career win. Can he get it today at the short high banks of Bristol? And he might clear the 20 for second here. But he might have company from teammate Riley Spurley Tube sooner rather than later. Stapleton way up the racetrack this time. Could be a 3 car battle for the lead here before we know it. But a better exit from the 20 of Alex Fletcher that time by. Rossi's there again. Stapleton's liking this because he's going to try and maybe pull a gap on the 20 car now. He won't. Stapleton did not get the turn that he wanted. Fletcher with a better turns 3 and 4. Rossi did not get an ideal run through there, and now might lose out on a position to teammate Riley Spurley Tube. Look at this. Great racing, great action as we're the third of the way through this event now. Stapleton leads and has led the last couple of laps. Him and Fletcher kind of been the dominant cars of the day, but Spurley Tube and Leighton have also led laps. Look out for them to come back towards the front. Rossi has always been a factor up at the lead group. More cars behind them though. You look at the likes of Felix Janssen. How about Sebastian Dupain for Aflac Racing, doing really well for the 44. 43's Trey Barto. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. running well. We have Tim Gary and Mathis Wells. Eli Bright just remain patient. Mac Johnson has also fallen back. How about Joe Rakowski, Reed and Duncan? They've all worked their way up through the field quite nicely. So good job from them after failing that post-quality inspection. Now working their way towards the front. Stapleton still out in the lead. Meanwhile, the key battle now is for second place. Maybe not, because Stapleton got a shock in turns 3 and 4, and Fletcher looked to peak low. A lot of cars lining up here for the lead. But no one can clear the 42 right now. They'll kind of hit the low line. That's maybe not the line they want, and Stapleton's liking that because he can get them run off the high side. Rossi's not going to remain patient much longer though. He's there on the 20, but the 20's also there on the 42. Rossi looking 3 wide for the lead. Big ballsy move from Max Rossi. Can he make it stick? He won't, but Alex Fletcher will, and the 20 car has regained that precious lead that he had at the start of this race. Rossi's still there though. He's hitting the 42 now. But the 41's made it to the inside, looking to lead for the first time today. He won't for the moment. Fletcher keeps it this time, but might not be too long before we see that Haas Tooling Mustang out in front. Now alongside the 20. Can he clear him into turns 3 and 4? He won't. Fletcher is right there with him. Spurley Tube waiting in the wings. Is he going to make his move? Oh, and he does on the 20 of Alex Fletcher. Sends the 20 way up the racetrack. And now maybe he's even going to go for the lead. Riley Spurley Tube looking to come back out in front. He can't get there. Rossi keeps going instead. Felix Janssen breaking into the top 5. What a run from the 17 team. He's now into that top 5. He boots the 20 of Alex Fletcher out of the way, and he might even overtake William Seaman for 3rd. What a run from Janssen. Doing a heck of a job right now. And he's down the inside of William Seaman as well. He clears as well. He will clear them. He might even get 2nd from Max Rossi here as Spurley Tube's got out towards the front and will lead a few more laps. Up the racetrack he goes though. 17 is the one applying pressure. 35 laps gone. Still no caution so far, so they're keeping it clean, and are we going to continue that way? First lap car now, Logan Williams, Soderland still there. They're battling and the leaders are catching, so lap cars here could be a factor the longer this green flag stretch goes on. But Max Rossi's cleared his teammate and back out in towards the lead, the 41, and he got a great exit to, gap Riley Spurley Tube there. Put a good few tenths on his teammate. Janssen's going to look to dip inside maybe for 2nd place. Fletcher's not done yet. Neither Sebastian Dupain making a good run for Aflac Racing. Now they have to work together to run down the 41 of Max Rossi. He's commanding the race at the moment. Got half a second lead over teammate Riley Spurley Tube. Janssen, Fletcher, Seaman and Dupain follow them. Trey Barr's running inside the top 10. Evan Hunter's up towards the front. But Rossi's going to need a good chunk of laps here. They're going to have to work his lead down. And to be fair, they are cutting into it slightly. Janssen's not being impatient with Spurley Tube, letting him get on and maybe even him. And now there is a caution. And Zidell has gone around, as well as the 52 of Carter Joey, Riley Snare, Brennan Soderland as well. And oh, boys, slow down. Are we still racing back? Surely not. But the first caution of the day is out. The 6 car's gone around, so has the 77, and the 34 of Zidell had the worst of it. Look at the damage on Code Red's car. He's obviously involved in it, and the first caution day is out. Riley Snare down pit lane, and a few others with side damage. Your leader to the caution was Max Rossi. Let's go see how the first wreck of the day has happened. Running through turns 3 and 4, Zidell sent it in, running P24 as the 34. Zidell sent it into the corner. He did not make it stick this time though. You see running for a turn, he scrapes the ball there. The 52 of Carter Joey has a run, so does Kyle Hunter. Jeff Bright's almost making it 4 wide. 96 hits the 52, 52 hits the 34, and here comes Code Red. Smashes in to Zidell, and there's Snare hitting the 52 of Carter Joey as well. So some big damage there for those guys. They are going to be slightly off the pace. Everyone else kind of made it through unscathed with no damage. So they're all going to be fine, and they'll be good to go when we get back to the restart. Max Rossi is your leader, but that's how the first caution of the day has come out. With a couple car incident here, 41 leads. We are returning then on lap 45. Almost, we are past halfway of this race now, I do believe. Still a long way to go though, and a lot to decide in this one. Out from the race, Riley Snare's retired, so has Carter Joey and the 37 of Code Red. They're all out of the race from that wreck. 34 of Zidell has damage. He could help at these guys and be a lap car as well, and could be quite a nuisance to these lead drivers. Stuart Haas cars 1-2. It is Rossi and Spurley Tube with Janssen behind them, and then Fletcher and Seaman. Green flag is back on the air and we're racing once again. Not the start that Max Rossi wanted. He got way high through turns 1 and 2 there. Spurley Tube dips low towards the inside. The 41 is going to look for a better run through 3 and 4 to keep his lead, and he will do that this lap. Spurley Tube though going to look to clear in turns 1 and 2, and he has. Riley Spurley Tube back out towards the front at Bristol. Janssen making some good progress though. Look at Sebastian Dupain running well. Trey Barto, to name a few others. Bernard Tenkar can potentially pull away from teammate Max Rossi. Spurley Tube is now the leader. He has a good car underneath him as well. We've seen that Smithyfield Ford Mustang be up the front more than one time today. So Spurley Tube definitely going to be a factor when it comes towards the end of this one. How about this guy though? Felix Janssen, the Icelandic driver, is absolutely winning it around Bristol right now. Loving it in that Sunny D sponsored number 17 car. He might even cause maybe sort of an upset, maybe not, because Janssen's shown great potential throughout his NRUK career, and now he's maybe bringing that towards the front with his opportunity at Roush Family Racing. A win for him will be very crucial, and will be awesome to see that 17 car go to victory lane here at Bristol. And he's running very nicely as well. Splits the Stuart Haas cars at the moment. A new team might even go to victory lane because Sebastian Dupain's having a great day as well. We should focus on this battle for the lead, which is now between the 10 and the 17. And Janssen is right there. Big contact with the 10 of Riley Spurley Tube. Janssen really sent it in and almost wrecked his race and the 10's race as well, and has allowed the 41 of Max Rossi to come back up towards the front and to lead this race. Unbelievable that was. Great save from those guys, but they let the 41 waltz back into the lead there. And Rossi will like that a lot, but he won't be able to keep that lead for long because Spurley Tube is right there again and right there to retake it. Spurley Tube versus Janssen Part 2 could be coming up shortly because the 17 got a great run off turn number 2 that time. Dupain is waiting for that P3. Colton Yo's up towards the front. So the Mustangs obviously haven't figured out again, especially Stuart Haas Racing. Their battalion of cars has been very, very impressive today, must be said. Janssen to the inside. Can he clear Spurley Tube? He won't. Spurley Tube, great run off the turn again from the 10 team. He's had a good day. Oh, and they make contact again. Second time the 17 and the 10 have made contact this race. This time, Janssen, though, manages to retain his lead. Maybe not for long, though, because he overdrives turn 3 and 4, and Spurley Tube is right there on his back bumper once more. Rossi and Yo are waiting in the wings. Colton Yo's to the inside. Trey Barto's in the top 5 now for DoorDash and Richard Petty Motorsports. Barto's doing a nice job. Janssen sent it in big time that time. Almost hit the wall. Overdrove the turn a little bit too much. And now Spurley Tube is there, trying to make this 10 car get back towards the front where it deserves to be, because it has been a very quick car all day long. Really applying pressure at the 17. But we'll have to defend from teammate Max Rossi in the turns 1 and 2 this time. And Rossi has got there. Can't clear them this time. Colton Yo trying to force his name then, and then Janssen keeps on overdriving that turn 3 and 4 and is giving opportunities to the Stuart Haas boys behind him. First car lap down is Brandon Beale in the 51. Will they catch him before the end of the race? I do not know. Janssen's led quite a few laps though, but again he keeps on mucking up turns 3 and 4 and has given and gifting opportunities like this to Max Rossi to go and take the lead, and Rossi does exactly that. Capitalises on his opportunity. Whole host of drivers, about 8 drivers, just kind of stacked up in a single file line right now, all wanting to win at Bristol. It's a very historic and prestigious racetrack. Janssen continues to fall back on the high side. It's now Spurley Tube once again. Colton Yo's behind him. Dupain and Barto as well. 41 up the racetrack that time. This time it's Spurley Tube looking on the inside in the 10. Can he make it stick? He will make it stick. Great overtake from Riley Spurley Tube. Maybe this is where he wants to be, and he gaps the 41 and the 14 nicely through turns 3 and 4. Great job from Riley Spurley Tube out towards the front and doing what he needs to do. He has not escaped the clutches of Max Rossi just yet though. Rossi desperate for a first career NRUK victory. He's trying so hard to reel in the 10 right now. Yo trying to support him, but does he want to win for his own? Sebastian Dupain doing good business. Evan Hunter, where's the 11 car come from? Hasn't been at the front all day. Now he's up towards the front. Mathis Wells as well. Last year's winner, Nonigan Scott. Kind of with a charge late on in the day. But currently it's Stuart Haas dominating proceedings. 3 of their cars, all leading in the top 3 right now. Aflac Racing in 4th. Trey Bartow in 5th. Make that 4th for the 43, and the 41's in the wall. Max Rossi in the wall. He's hit it big time, killed the momentum of Sebastian Dupain, and that ruins both their chances of winning this race. Rossi obviously got that turn horribly wrong that time, really hit the wall, and now goes the 14 of Colton Yard at the racetrack as well. Here comes Trey Bartow for the lead of this race. Evan Hunter with a great run for the turn. Is Evan going to steal away a victory? Nonigan Scott's looking to go back-to-back at Bristol. How about Mathis Wells in the 18? So many names that we've not seen towards the front, coming with a run late on. But the 41 of Max Rossi killed the wall. It virtually ended any chance of him winning an NRUK Cup Series race again. Heartbreak for the 41. And we're coming down to the closing stages. This has been the man they've had to beat today, the 10 car of Riley Spurleytube. It's not over yet though. The rookie, Trey Bartow, hungry for success. Can he be, you know what, only a handful of NRUK rookies have ever gone to victory lane. Trey Bartow wants to add his name to that list today. Evan Hunter, battling with teammate Mathis Wells for 3rd. Nonigan Scott is in the top 5, but under pressure from Colton Yo and Felix Janssen. When we come to line this time by, it'll be 5 to go. Can anyone catch up to the 10 of Riley Spurleytube? I think it's going to have to be a mistake from the 10 for the 43 to catch him. 5 to go. Spurleytube versus Bartow. Who's going to grab the victory? Evan Hunter waiting in the wings in case anything kind of big happens between these two. Spurleytube's dominating proceedings. Is the 43 going to have anything for him? Into turns 1 and 2. Trey Bartow's there. Can he? He can't get the run that the 10 can. Spurleytube's just too strong off turns 1 and 2. He's going to have to take the 10. A big mistake to cost him the victory. Now Trey Bartow's chance might be gone because it's Evan Hunter's time to get to P2. Now he's to the inside of the 10 as well. Hunter is there. Drag race down the backstretch. Spurleytube will clear him again, but Evan Hunter is coming for this race win. 2 to go at Bristol. Spurleytube leads. Can Hunter clear him? He will. Contact between the 11 and the 10. Bartow cannot jump inside though and take advantage, but Evan Hunter moves the 10 car out of the way and to the lead, but he overdrives the turn. Spurleytube back to the inside. White flag. We're setting up for a classic finish at Bristol. But that might be all she wrote. Hunter forced it to the inside. Spurleytube with a great switch back and a great overtake to potentially win this race. Off of turn 4, Riley Spurleytube wins a classic at Bristol. That was absolutely brilliant, and Riley Spurleytube gets the NRUK victory lane with his new team, Stuart Haas Racing. Great job from him and that whole 10-car team. Trey Bartow managed to sneak in a 2nd place in the end. What a run from the Richard Petty Motorsports driver. P3 in the end for Evan Hunter. He tried his hardest to get the win but couldn't make it stick. Mathis Wells comes home 4th. 5th for Colton Yo and the 14 team. Nonigan Scott in 6th. 7th for Felix Janssen. 8th Eli Bright. 9th Tim Gary, and rounding out the top 10 was Nathan Stapleton. This is the full results then and the official standings. Good days from JJ Reed from the back to get a top 15. Mac Johnson and Roman Fenway both struggled. Zachary DeLello with a P26 again. He's making a good impression for Scott Racing. Anderson Reed with his best finish of the season so far in P27. Unbelievable. How about that for a race? That was absolutely brilliant. We have the rest of the field here. Brandon Beal not making the impression he wanted on his first NRUK start. Akira Saito not really up to pace at this track either. That was absolutely immense. Riley Spurleytube has won this race. Congrats to him. A great result for that 10 team. Next time we will go racing out Auto Club for some more NRUK action. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.